Okay, 10th, Wednesday the 10th of January 2024. So, working remotely, working from home, working a location independent job or business or life. So, I have been working from home since October 2017, roughly, maybe a bit early, but officially really since then. Now, I did once have a job in an office back in spring 2016, around March time. But I have been working remotely from home ever since 2017. The long and short story is I have no regrets with it. Now, people would have said that they could or might say that don't you miss being around people or socializing in general or around colleagues or whatever else? Generally speaking, not really. Not really, because I have clients online and I talk to people all the time anyway, but not in person. So that's not really a problem for me. Now, what I see and I know there's just so many more benefits, so many more advantages to working remotely, working from home, than there is working in an office. Commuting, the petrol or diesel or fuel or gas, and time that's been saved by not needing to commute, unbelievable. It's amazing. When I had that office job years ago, I was traveling around 60 or so miles. What's that? I don't know in kilometers, maybe 80 to 100 or so kilometers one way. So 120 miles every day. And this is South Manchester. This is 2016. Every day, 5 days a week. Not fun. I enjoy driving. Great time to listen to podcasts, but horrible chore. But I enjoy driving, so it wasn't that bad. And the amount of money saved on petrol were amazing. So the fact that I haven't got to commute is a big advantage. Love it. It's priceless. And all my work is online anyway, but that's by default. That's by design. Everything is online, which means then another advantage of working from home is that I'm location independent. Very straightforward, common sense. And I know that as a fact because I have been to Poland back in when I was in Poland in mid-December 2023, I experimented to see how easy it was for me to do what I normally do, but in Poland, different country, different time zone. Priceless. So I have no regrets being online, remote working from home for the years. I can be anywhere in the world and it saves time and energy having to commute. And that to me is priceless. Do I miss social interaction? Not really. I got my clients and I have social life outside of the work. So to me, there is absolutely no downside to working remotely at all. I used to have this old saying years and years ago that it's a 6-step commute. 6 steps, literally from here to the bedroom. Perfect. Start working at say 7 a.m. Get up at 6:30. Absolutely perfect. No real issues. I highly recommend it. As at least as an experiment, at least something to try and see if it works for you at least once, because you never know. And it's just an amazing way to live life. Not have to worry about traffic or whatever else, or weather per se, within reason, because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect you by working from home. Priceless. I can be anywhere in the world, and I know I can be anywhere. Proof of concept, as I said earlier, was when I was in Poland in December 2023. Perfect. So it's one of those things where I just recommend it. And if you want to be, you could argue, if you want to take your life to the next level and to be more international and work anywhere in the world, then you have to figure out ways of having what you do online as possible, and location independent. Not dependent on location, but independent. So you can do it anywhere. Perfect. And that's what I said earlier, where everything I do is online, therefore remote working, by design. That's the key word, design. It's like a checklist I have when I think and how I build things. Like, how can I make this remote as possible, therefore online as possible, therefore not in the physical realm, not in the physical world, therefore not tied to a specific single place or location. That's a checklist I have when I do or create or build things or work towards things online. Very important. And I have no regrets with it. No regrets. Years and years online. Perfect. I mean, you could argue maybe there's some minute problems with it, like being sat in front of a screen all day, if possible, or the posture, the way he sat all day. Yeah, absolute minute things, but still valid nonetheless. Don't want to dismiss these small things, no matter how insignificant they may appear. Because one small thing here, over decades and decades, can have a big problem later on. So it's worth being vigilant about even the smallest downside to things. And besides, you're an adult. You can make your own mind up. You came on this video because you were curious. Perfect. That's what we're here for. So overall, no regrets. Remote working, and I will continue to work remotely into the future. Well into the future. I can't see myself going back to an office in the future, unless it's for, say, a company I start or create. I've got some ideas and dreams and ambitions, but that's way down the line for things I want to build and create, step by step, bit by bit. That's in the future, because that at least is an office job that's on my terms. The office, the layout, the structure, the hours, the pay, you name it, everything is on my terms because it's my company. It'll be my baby, you could say, my vision, my business, mine, as opposed to somebody else's. And it's worth understanding also, as a quick, when you follow the logic, when you work for somebody else, this is not to knock remote, not to knock working in an office, but understand what you're getting yourself into. Understand what you're getting yourself into. By working for someone else's business, you're ultimately working for another entrepreneur's dream. Now, nothing inherently wrong with that, worth understanding, but it's at least worth being honest with the situation and recognizing the facts of the situation. You're building someone else's dream. So if I were to go back into an office, ideally, in the future, it'll be for my own thing, for my own business in the future, building my own thing instead. Fair enough, just my standards, my subjective opinion. Fair enough, but it's worth understanding and mentioning that. It's worth you understanding it and worth me mentioning it. So, remote working, no regrets. I will continue forever, at least until my own business. But that's something else. So, how cool is that? But otherwise, Wednesday, 10th of January, you will see me tomorrow.